I spoke to Mr. Trump, host of The Apprentice, best-selling author, real estate mogul, and potential 2016 Republican contender earlier tonight. So let's start with your exploratory committee and whether you are serious or whether you're just a tease. Some say you tease people, but then you never see it through all the way.
I see everything through. Everything in my life I've seen through. I've built a great company, one of the great companies, and people understand that. But the country is in serious, serious trouble. It's a mess. You look at Israel, you look at Russia. You know, people aren't talking about it. Putin, who hates Obama, just hates him with, like, well, I think worse than Bibi, worse than anybody. He's talking about nuclear all the time. I mean, I've never even heard this from a major country, Russia. They're talking about nuclear. He's mentioning the nuclear word. I mean, I don't think you've heard it. I've never heard it. And this started a few months ago. And a lot of that is the dislike he's got for Obama. So the guy can't get along with anybody.
But Obama's going. But there's no question Obama's going.
A year and a half is a long time. Israel's a mess. The deal with Iran looks like it's going to be horrible. It looks to me like it's going to be absolutely horrible. You know, it's interesting. As somebody that wrote The Art of the Deal, right, in all fairness, the Iran deal could be done in one day. The sanctions should be stronger than ever.
How are you going to negotiate with the Ayatollah, who just today
said, not so easy.
Yes, death to America, I'm in favor of that.
And then you stop negotiating. And you know what? If they really want to make a deal, they're coming back to the table. But we've been negotiating from weakness for months and months. The sanctions should be made strong as could be, and we should really negotiate from strength.
Why do you need to do it? I mean, isn't there any Republican already in the field who you feel you could get behind?
Look, I've dealt with politicians my entire life. You never make a bad deal with a politician. They're so easy. They're all talk. They're no action. And I'm very concerned about the Republicans. China's not going to be ripping off this country. They are ripping us big league. Now they're going to devalue their currency yet further, which is going to make it almost impossible. I mean, just a continuation of impossible to do business for our companies. Mexico is now becoming the automobile capital of the world. And we can't do anything about it.
I hear you talking about a lot of domestic issues.
I'm talking about every issue.
Do you feel that any of these Republicans...
I'm talking also about the border.
And Iran.
So they're killing us.
Now you're going to build a fence. I know you said you're going to build a fence.
I will build the greatest of all fences.
You're good at building fences. I know
that. But Mexico is, you know, they're sending people in by the hundreds of thousands, by the millions, and yet they're killing us economically. Mexico is taking our jobs on top of the border, which is a total disaster and has to be stopped immediately.
But let me ask you,
Mexico's taking our jobs.
Because we got into this by speaking about news you made about south of the border and Ted Cruz actually being born outside of the United States, north of the border, up in Canada.
It's on the north side.
Right. But he has a dad.
First of all,
he has a dad who's cute.
I hope he knows what he's done, but I always heard you had to be born in the country, okay?
But you have to be a natural-born citizen. But the courts have said that if you have a parent who is an American, even if you were born outside of America, that qualifies. So why are you raising this?
I don't raise it. People ask me. They always ask me. You know, Hillary was the original birther. People don't know. Hillary was the original. She was questioning Obama. Then John McCain questioned, but they never got anything. When I questioned, he gave whatever it was he gave. I'm not exactly sure what he gave, but he gave something called a birth certificate. I don't know if it was or not. But now you have a situation where Ted, and I like Ted, Ted has just one extra level of complication because he was a joint citizen a couple of years ago. I mean, he was a Canadian and an American citizen just a couple of years ago. So it's one extra level of complication that other people, frankly, don't have. I'm sure, I hope he's going to be okay. I think he's a talented guy. He's a nice guy. I like him. But it is one extra level that he has to worry about.
What did you think of him today?
Well, I thought it was very theatrical. I love Liberty University. I was there. I have the all-time record. I'm very proud of that. I have the all-time record for attendance. And first question I asked, frankly, was, did he break my record? And the answer was no, so I was happy.
That's a competitive spirit that has gotten you to where you are.
I was very happy that he didn't. But it's a great school, fantastic school. I think the location was good. The crowd is incredible because the students there and the people at Liberty University, they're so enthusiastic about life.
What do you think? I mean, the first debate, Republican presidential debate, will be in August, hosted by Fox News Channel. Do you think you'll be out on that stage?
I could very well be. I think I'd like to be. I can tell you that. Look, I want to see this country be great again. And if you notice, they're all copying my line. You know, I said, make America great again. All of a sudden,
that's yours?
I did it 2 years ago. I was saying it. Now all of a sudden you have Rand. You have everybody saying everybody.
If I hear Rand Paul come out and say you're fired,
okay.
then I'm going to say that is not yours.
You're fired is a definite. But make America great again. Now Ted has it right in his main deal. Make America great again. I said, I called my people. I said, hey,
I should be getting
my line for the last
I should be getting royalties on that. I don't
you should
understand
get some
this.
royalties.
All right, final question.
Especially in the words you fired.
Final question, because people say, well, Trump, he may or may not run down. Don't believe him. It may be a publicity stunt. But then they say that the latest poll, Quinnipiac poll, shows that 76% of the Republican voters said that they either absolutely wouldn't vote for Donald Trump or probably wouldn't vote for you.
But that's all
what do you make of
because
that?
nobody thinks I'm running. They all think I have this wonderful life. I love my life, which I do.
It's true.
I love
The latest reports put your net worth at $4 billion. I don't know if that's true. But that's a lot of money. Why would you want to mess with this nightmare of politics?
I love what I'm doing, but I love the country more, and I can straighten it out, and I can truly make this country great again, and nobody else can do what I do.
Great to see you, Donald Trump.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.